26-1-2 with 18 knockouts. And I mentioned the time away from the ring. Had several bouts scheduled. They fell through. Global Boxing describes it as just a typical bout of inactivity. Those things do happen in boxing. Fighters dropped out of a couple matchups, and he wanted to get back in the ring sooner. Here we go. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for Spina versus Ravello. Ravello comes in at 170 pounds for this light heavyweight affair. Both are 6'2", but Ravello's weight really the key here. I mentioned he's moving up the light heavyweight, but he's not really a light heavyweight sized fighter. Can he compensate for that here tonight? Will that right hand have the same effect that it has in lower weight classes? So we're all set to go. Let's get you down to our ring announcer, Larry Tornambi.
And we're set for light heavyweight action, scheduled for 8 rounds. Judges at ringside scoring the bout, Shafrish Rashada, John McKay, and Tony Perez. Referee in charge, Brian O'Melia. Introducing to you first, coming out of the corner to my left from the blue corner with all that glitter, weighing 170 pounds and a professional record of 20 wins, 12 by knockout against 5 losses. From Newark, New Jersey, JERSON RAVELO. And his opponent in the red corner with a professional record of 26 wins, 18 of those by knockout. He has 1 loss and 2 draws. Weighing 175 pounds, wearing green, white, and red trunks from Providence, Rhode Island, Joey Spina. Brian O'Melia with the final instructions. 8 rounds, light heavyweights.
Gentlemen, you're boxing 8 rounds. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my instructions at all times. Touch up and good luck to both of you.
We are set to go. 8 rounds in the light heavyweight division. Joey Spina in the green, white, and red. JERSON RAVELO in the silver trunks. Round 1, and both guys come up firing. Spina calls himself the KO Kid, so his intentions are rather obvious. Ravello's been stopped 5 times, all of his losses by KO, and he's staggered immediately by Spina with a sweeping left hook. And Spina already on top of him. Ravello has never handled pressure fighters particularly well, and Spina seems to be aware of that. He is on top of him right away, firing. Ravello, you can tell, he has the height for the division, but he hasn't really filled out as a light heavyweight.
Stay on him. Step back.
Is he going to be able to handle true light heavyweight power? Certainly had a shock to start the first round. Spina steps with that jab, trying to get inside again.
Step back. Check hook right here, man. Check hook right here. Let's go. Come on. Hands up.
Spina not being coy about what he wants to do. You can tell he's trying to get back inside. Another hard left hook. Left hooks have always given JERSON RAVELO problems. He has a nasty habit of slipping to his right and always laying to his right. It just gives a lane for left hookers, but there he goes. There's that right hand and a left hook of his own. Spina says, come on. Whether it actually had affected him or not, we don't know. Spina trying to get Ravello back into that corner.
Step back. No, wait, Joe. Don't wait, Joe.
Spina can't be too anxious looking for the KO here. Other than those power shots, he hasn't done a tremendous amount of work in this round. Some of that could be ring rust.
Step to the right. Drop.
the criticism on Spina is that even though he applies pressure, when he gets inside, a lot of the shots are kind of pity-pat shots looking for a larger one, that KO punch. Be better served to do a little more work downstairs. Another right hand by Ravello, who's really rallied after a scare in the opening minute. The left hook from Spina. Again, Ravello has never learned how to find and avoid that left hook. Let's listen into the corners.
Fans, put your hands together for Alicia. Hello there, Alicia.
So you're throwing a little bit too high, so you're dropping down. ¿Entiendes, Pablo? Okay. And you're doing real nice. Calm down, take a breather, lean back, lean back.
Work more fucking jabs on straight punches. 1, 2, he's trying to go roundhouses. Watch out for that.
Give me what about jab?
Come on, Jerson. You did good the first round, Jerson. You can beat him, Jerson. You can beat him. You can beat him, Mongoose. You can beat him, man.
Everything's good. You're working real nice and stuff. You heard him with that.
Let's take a look at a replay here. It's that shot from Spina early on. Almost sent Ravello to the canvas. That's what you have to be worried about if you're a fan of Jerson Ravello. Round 2. Spina's corner told him to be active with the jab. And that's what I was talking about in the previous round. That work in between those big shots. Spina has to do more of it. If he wants to become a contender in the light heavyweight division, he's going to face guys that he can't just blast out of there. And because of that, you need a plan B. Spina doing better here early on, putting that jab out there. Giving Ravello something to think about so he can't unleash that right hand. Ravello counters with it, though. Spina's corner telling him to look for that left hook, try to counter that right hand. He did that in the opening round. Ravello will give him openings. Good work from Ravello here. Another right hand over the top. Again, this is where Ravello can thrive. He doesn't function well against pressure fighters. He doesn't fight well on the inside. But out here, he might have superior hand speed to Joey Spina, and he can win rounds. Especially if Joey Spina is rusty. Ravello has been active. He's at least been in the ring. Even if the outings have been unsuccessful, he's been in there. Spina's only action has been with headgear in the gym. Ravello right now looking more sure of his approach than Spina. With short left hands on the inside as well. Again, that's not where Ravello wants to be. Good 1-2 from Ravello. This is unquestionably a Jerson Ravello round. Things didn't look good right away. A KO puncher against a guy with a history of stoppage losses, but he's rallied back. He's weathered the storm. And Spina having a tough time with that hand speed on the outside. Let's listen in.
And this is Sabina. Hi there, Sabina.
And once you're done punching, grab him and keep hitting with the empty hand. Free hand bang on him. Don't let him dictate this fight. You're better than him. Go at him this round. Be the aggressor.
You gotta be the aggressor.
Third round, Joe.
Be a smart aggressor.
And the elbows in the tongue. Roll your shoulder, Joe. Roll your shoulder. Roll your shoulder.
Be smart.
That's all you gotta do, Joe. Roll your shoulder. Come back. Stay close to the guy.
Let's go, guys. Got the mouth on your body.
And set for round 3. Spina complaining about Ravelo's elbows on the inside. Ravelo doesn't want to be in there, so he's going to foul. He's going to do anything to get away from the inside, where he just doesn't handle himself very well. Ravelo looked a lot more sure of himself in the second round, and confidence has been an issue for Ravelo. He's been a sparring partner for Lucien Butte recently, and sometimes he can slide into that sparring partner mentality. You kind of forget how to win. Always coming in as the opponent, looking to survive rather than trying to get the victory. He looks poised here tonight. Ravelo slipped on the Global Boxing logo in the center of the ring there. Seems to have his footing. Spina now trying to step with the jab, now trying to get inside. You know, Ravelo isn't doing a tremendous amount to keep Spina off of him. Spina just looks a little unsure. Now, he might have to take a shot to get in there. But if Spina wants to take it to the trenches, I think he could do it. This corner's been trying to tell him that. Don't let Ravelo dictate this fight. In round 2 he did, and thus far in round 3 he's doing the same. Hard right from Spina. Again, you have to gasp every time Ravelo gets hit. He has gone down. He has been knocked out spectacularly. Just look back to last June against Maxim Vlasov. There's another right hand followed by a left. Ravelo says he's not hurt, but he retreats nonetheless. Elbow again on the inside from Ravelo. He wants Spina off of him. Ravelo might be cut over his left eye. A right hand from Spina might add to that. Spina holding on to the ropes, trapping Ravelo in the corner. Referee has to take a look at that. This is boxing, it's not pro wrestling. Spina keeping Ravelo in that corner. Not letting him throw his hands. And a good rally from Spina at the end. I have it back up on my scorecard, 2-1.
After-fight party. It'll be at the Burger Bar, located next to Gallagher's Steakhouse.
That is a small cut underneath the eye of Ravelo. Doesn't seem to impede his vision. Let's listen in and try and find out.
Will be there. Monica in the ring now. Hello, Monica.
Hey, Justin, don't worry about the cut. All you gotta do is keep working your jab. He's just going crazy overhand right. That's all he's doing, man. So
let's take a look at that big right hand from Joey Spina. It really changed the course of this fight, or the direction of the fight, excuse me. But if you see, immediately following that right hand, the head of Joey Spina came right in behind it. Ravelo says that is what has caused the cut. Of course, that's what he's going to say. It is not beneficial to him if it was caused by a punch. That would put him at risk for another TKO loss. Round 4, Joey Spina, Jerson Ravelo. Ravelo now comes out the aggressor, trying to come forward. Trying to make Spina fight backing up. That is not his preference. Spina sticking his tongue out. Seems to be getting into the fight. Trying to pump himself up. Now Spina slips on that logo. I don't know if someone has some sandpaper. These slippery logos seem to be a recurring theme in boxing matches. I wonder why a new type of logo, new type of decal. It doesn't make fighters slip. Hasn't been invented yet. Another right hand from Spina. That will make Ravello slip with or without the decal. Ravello on the ropes again. Spina complaining about headbutts on the inside now, and a counter from Ravello. That right hand that we talk about, he has power in that right hand. Ravello loses his footing there. I couldn't tell if it was from the punch or that logo once again, but he cracks Joey Spina, and now Spina's holding on. Spina doesn't appear shaken by that punch anymore. He was the one who pushed Ravello back. You can see Ravello can't get his footing where that logo is. Almost dove in, almost a Superman punch on that last exchange. He can't plant his feet there. Rather unfortunate environment to be fighting in. Spina still not jabbing his way in. He's trying to throw that haymaker right hand, hoping it lands and then following up with a flurry. Be better served to have a compass. And Ravello cracks Spina once again. The referee sort of in the way there. Took a little bit of the punishment there himself. It looks like some tape is loose on Ravello's glove. Not exactly great timing. Ravello having a little rally at the end of the round. It's cut short by an equipment problem here. Here we are, the final 10 seconds. I would echo the sentiment of Ravello's corner. That was a better round for JERSON RAVELO. Both fighters having a lot of problem with their footwork here in these super slippery confines of the ring. Let's listen in at Spina's corner.
What did I just say?
Get in the corner, keep him there.
Bang on this motherfucker.
I'm walking down, my hands up now.
Hands up, walk down, bang the body too.
I don't want to keep on.
Round fight, Joey. How many is this? 8, right? It's 8. Get on that body.
You gotta put more. I want more work though. I want more, and I want my body work.
I want myself.
Check it down. Check it down. Let's go.
Two interesting things came out of the exchange in Joey Spina's corner as we start round 5. Number one, he says he's going to put his hands up and he's going to walk JERSON RAVELO down this round. It's tough to do on that slippery logo. But number two, Spina didn't seem aware that this was an 8-round fight. He asked, how many rounds is this one? We are past the halfway point right now. Spina now being warned for the headbutting that he's complaining about Ravello doing. A messy affair here thus far. Ravello dives in with a left hand that scores, followed by another right. Spina has yet to hold true to his promise of walking Ravello down this round. We've seen him do that before. We've seen him act like the prototypical pressure fighter. Hands up, high guard, and lock fighters down. Showing that crab defense there. Maybe starting to think about making steps forward. Spina still not throwing enough. And he's giving Ravello a little timing indicator. He has a habit of bouncing too close to his opponent. Ravello has timed that right hand with Spina's motion. Spina trying to mix it up. Some movement with his upper body. Ravello wipes his feet on the mat before he goes back to the center of the ring.
Step back.
Just like a good house guest, Ravello has to wipe his feet before he can enter. Ravello now back on the ropes. Spina talking to his corner, talking to people ringside. Seems a little frustrated in here by JERSON RAVELO. Certainly this is not what he and his team had anticipated. I'm sure what they thought would happen was close to what we saw in the first round. The haymaker staggered Ravello. I'm sure they thought they would get him out of here quickly, but it's Ravello who's unloading right now. And it's his power shots who are taking the effect on Joey Spina. There's no question that he's frustrated as he heads to his corner. Let's listen in.
Don't go for the knockout, man.
No, body.
You're doing beautiful, bro. Go eat the body now. But listen, don't let him get close to you. All right, keep him at
man, you're controlling the fight, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Hands up.
You're ahead. You're ahead by 2 rounds.
Watch out for the roundhouses, JERSON.
Gotta keep winning the round. Right?
Gotta keep doing what you're doing, JERSON. Go.
Joey Spina already out of his corner, pacing back and forth, ready to go. Round 6. Light heavyweight action. Joey Spina in the green, white, and red. JERSON RAVELO in silver. And Ravello right now could be up on the scorecards. If you had to say who's been in control of the fight the majority of the time, JERSON RAVELO, I would say, has done the most damage thus far. Another right hand lead from JERSON RAVELO. Spina hasn't been able to pick that shot off tonight. Ravello almost walks himself into the corner as he tries to avoid that logo in the center of the ring. Because he can't get his footing in the center of the ring, he's confined to the perimeters of the ring, and that is not where he wants to be. He does not fight well off the ropes. He does not fight well on the inside. And I'm sure he's conscious of that. Just anatomically, Spina is the bigger man. Even if Ravello were a talented infighter, Spina is bigger and more powerful. He's going to get the upper hand in close. Spina looking tired. Those punches aren't as short and compact at times as they were earlier on. Ravello counters with that right hand again. Now Spina trying to showboat. I don't quite understand that. Spina not exactly Wilfred Benitez with regards to defense or flashy boxing ability. But such is Joey Spina's personality. He's boisterous, he likes to trash talk, he's talking to his opponent in the ring. And that's what can make him marketable if he can get past Jerson Ravello, get active once again. He's already ranked in the top 40 in a handful of sanctioning bodies. So he has opportunities at light heavyweight. He can make some strides, and this is where he's going to do it in this fight. Swinging right hand at the end of the round, glances off the gloves of Ravello. A better one for Joey Spina, but still tough to score. You could have given that round to Jerson Ravello as well. This goes the distance. It's going to be interesting. Let's see what the corners think.
Gotta get him in the corner and then don't leave him up. Body, come back. You gotta be inside his chest the whole fucking time. You hear me?
Right now.
You hear me?
Yeah, this one you gotta know. You gotta work. You gotta work. Fuck that. You gotta
down
work.
here, you got it.
Round 7, Joey Spina, Jerson Ravello. Nobody thought it would get to this point. I didn't think it would get to this point. 2 knockout punchers. This was one you circled on the bout sheet as one that was going to end early. And it's turned out to be a scrappy affair and a surprising one, I think, in both cases. Spina's come out a little bit flat. Ravello looking a lot better than he did last June against Maxim Vlasov. Again, a lot of jostling on the inside. Said it over and over, but that's good for Ravello. That's what he wants to do in there. Strong 1-2 from Ravello. Spina replies, and Ravello again looking at the mat as he slips on that logo. Left hook from Joey Spina sends Ravello to the ropes. And this is what Ravello cannot do. He can't try to slip along the ropes. At times, Ravello thinks he's more slippery than he actually is. If you look at those stoppage losses in Ravello's career, a lot of them happen right there. With him hands down, trying to avoid punches, and he gets caught. Ravello switches to southpaw. Both fighters doing some very curious things in this fight. Ravello, you see, doesn't have the instinct to jab as a southpaw, so he gets pushed back to the ropes immediately. There they are in the center of the ring. What's going to happen? Can they stay on their feet? No. Ravello immediately backs off. That emblem has presented a serious problem in this fight for Jerson Ravello. It's like we're fighting with a moat in the center of the ring. He's still trying to get on the inside, but hasn't used that jab. It's in his arsenal. He's done it at times in spots, but he hasn't committed to it. And it's part of the reason why these rounds have been close. He's given Jerson Ravello opportunities. Not to take anything away from Ravello, who again has been surprising here tonight. But Spina doing more moving and not enough punching at times. We're heading into the final round, so let's listen into the corners.
When he's holding you, you gotta make believe you're punching and shit. If you start slipping, you can't let your hands go down. That's bullshit. You know, you're gonna be on yourself a chance to hit you.
Keep him at the end of your punches, Jersey. Keep him at the end of your punches, Jersey. Pop shot. Listen to me, man. Hell, keep him at the end of the punches.
Keep at the end of your punches.
Come on, jab right hand. Let's go.
Hey, Moppy.
Double jab right hand. Come on, 1, 2, 1. Let's go.
Take a deep breath. This is for your daughter.
That's right, baby. Watch out for the roundhouses, Jersey. Jersey, watch out for the roundhouses.
Final round, Spina, Ravello, Resorts. Let them hear ya.
Round 8. Larry Tornanby, the ring announcer, doing my job for me. Jerson Ravello, Joey Spina in the 8th and final round. I have Ravello up 4-3 right now. Again, a very unofficial scorecard. But you would have to believe, judging by his instincts here in this round, that Spina thinks the fight might be on the line. He's fighting like a desperate fighter. And this is the mentality that might have done him some good earlier on in the fight. A good left hook from Spina. Again, not jabbing, but now he's bobbing and weaving. He's finding ways to get on the inside. We're on the ropes. Ravello's corner's instructions were very clear. Double jab, right hand, avoid these haymakers and stay off the ropes. Well, he's not staying off the ropes right now, but he has avoided the haymakers except for one thus far. Ravello kind of fighting like someone who thinks he's ahead on the scorecards. That doesn't always work. Ravello does reside in Newark. So I suppose he's technically the home fighter. Spina with a little more crowd support here tonight. Spina again pushing Ravello back, complaining about the stuff on the inside. But he needs to put up with it for 1:20. He needs to be in there. Ravello avoiding that logo at all costs. He's been fighting in a large rectangle on the perimeter of the ring. He cannot get his footing. You have to wonder, what would this fight look like if not for that logo? If Jerson Ravello could get his footing in the center of the ring, there's no question he would have had an easier time here tonight. But he's done the best with what he's had here tonight. Final 30 seconds. Spina still coming forward, coming on strong. Moving but not throwing his hands quite enough. There's that double jab followed by a right hand by Jerson Ravello. An interesting final round. Spina's been the aggressor. Both have landed telling blows. Who do you give it to? I have Ravello winning on my scorecard. I will not be shocked if Spina gets the decision. It would certainly not be a robbery. It was a hard-fought fight. But I think Spina and his team chalk it up to ring rust. Not his best performance when they look back at this. Won't be entirely pleased, but that rust is off, and he's back in action at light heavyweight. Ravello, meanwhile, if the judges side with him here, has a little bit of a rebirth. 8 pounds north in light heavyweight. Again, not a full-blown light heavyweight. Came in for this fight at 170 pounds. Hasn't really grown in to that weight. That is not his frame. But as a light heavyweight, you saw it here. He has hand speed that could trouble some bigger, slower fighters, and he can have success. So even though, yeah, punch resistance is a question for him at 175, it might be worth a shot as he tries to make something of his pro career. We are awaiting the official decision here. And it looks like we have it. Let's send it up to ring announcer Larry Tornambi.
Fans, one more time, let's hear it for Spina and Ravello. After 8 rounds of heated action, we have a split decision. Shafiq Rashada sees it 77-75 for Spina. John McKay sees it 77-75, Ravello. And Tony Perez, tally 79-73 for the winner by split decision, JERSON RAVELO.